I will be talking about embracing our individual journeys. Thank you for joining me. We all walk the same journey of life, yet our experiences are different. The other person's journey is not our journey. We are different. What happens to the other person may not happen to us. What happens to us may not happen to the other person. We make individual journeys in this world, even if we are a community. Our journeys are different. The way we process is different. The way we interpret things is different. The way we talk is different. Our geographical locations are different. Our families are different. Our friends are different. Our careers are different. How we see the world is different. We walk the same journey of life, yet our approach is different. Our experiences are different. Comparison steals our joy. We are not meant to be comparing our lives with those of others. We are to follow the path specific to us. Our paths are as different as there are many of us. We are not to live to please other people. Instead, our goal should be to please God in everything we do or say. We cannot be the same. We cannot be like everyone else. We are unique equals. God has a plan and a purpose for every one of us. Our goal should be to fulfill God's plan and purpose for our lives. We are not to move with the crowd. The crowd is a great influencer, usually a negative influence. When we are busy following the crowd, we can easily lose ourselves. We can easily forfeit our purpose and try to fulfill the purpose of others. We need to get to a point where we know ourselves, where we know whose we are, where we know our purpose on this earth. We are to let go of what is past and learn from it. What has happened in our lives affects the trajectory of our lives, whether for good or for worse, depending on how we process things. We can either allow the trials and temptations to draw us closer to God or to lead us astray and make us bitter. We can either let go and let God, or we can decide to live angry, bitter, selfish lives. What has occurred in our lives shapes us and makes our journey unique. There is power in learning from the past and in knowing that we cannot change what is past and in embracing what God has in store for us. God is a good God, and He has promised us that everything works together for good to those who love Him and are called according to His purpose. Instead of sitting back and complaining about everything that has gone wrong in our lives, we can turn our experiences for good and use them for the glory of God. Every time we go through something in life, especially a painful experience, something within us shifts. If we allow God, those painful experiences will turn out to be the greatest gifts in our lives. The treasures we gain from such moments will be worth it. The Bible tells us that we make our plans, but God has the last word. That is why we should always commit our plans to God. Proverbs 16 verse 3 says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Our lives belong to God. He is in control. He knows our past. He knows our present. He knows our future. He has good plans for us. There is no need to be jealous of each other. There is no need to try to bring others down. There is no need to try to destroy each other. There is no need of unhealthy competition. Being envious of others will not change our life's journey for the better. It might actually bring us to destruction. We are to love one another and understand that everyone is going through something. Each person's life has its seasons. We are usually not at the same season at the same time, and neither do we experience the same exact seasons. Our seasons are different. There is a time and a season for everything. May we learn to embrace our time and seasons in life. May we learn to be content in every circumstance, whether with a job or without a job, whether married or single, whether with a child or without a child, whether we have friends or we have no friends, whether during mourning or during high seasons, whether we have lack or we have plenty. May we learn to be content and embrace our individual journeys. Philippians 4 verse 12 to 13 says, I know how to live humbly, and I know how to abound. I am accustomed to any and every situation, to being filled and being hungry, to having plenty and having need. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Jesus Christ is our strength. Jesus is enough. His death and resurrection defeated the law of sin and death. When we have God, we have everything we need. Irrespective of what we may be going through, we know God got us. God sustains us. Our journeys are different, and we should learn to embrace the differences, celebrate each other's successes, and be there for each other during low seasons. We are called to love God and love one another as we love ourselves. Love is the greatest commandment. We should learn to rise above self and love one another just as God loved us and gave His Son, Jesus Christ, to die for our sins. We trust in God, in the finished work at the cross. Jesus bore our burdens so that we may walk free. John 19 verse 30 says, When Jesus had received the sour wine, He said, It is finished. And bowing His head, He yielded up His spirit. God is with us every step of the way. We have nothing to fear. Be blessed.